We all got our four measures, four bars. Yeah. All right. Let's start off with Seth. What you got?
All right. Yeah. Let me share. 1 second.
I think, Darian, if you wouldn't mind, I think everyone's going to need sharing abilities.
Yeah, I enabled it so that everyone can share their screen. Just when you share, guys, don't forget to hit share sound.
Are we playing them as well?
Uh, yeah.
You're
We'll
not.
play.
If you want to play it, share sound.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see if I'm sharing sound. I might not be sharing sound. Give me 1 second.
All right. So, Seth,
Yeah.
your approach. Did you work with the melody first or the harmony?
That's harmony first.
Oh, okay. Okay. Harmony first. All right.
Yeah. So the melody, I was kind of torn between which one I wanted to be the melody versus the harmony. I don't know. I'm kind of doing like a fourth stacked almost thing. So the melody is starting on a C, and it's
Okay.
kind of doing this almost the same rhythm.
All right. I'm about to plug this in myself. 2. FC. All right. Perfect. Okay. All right. Thank you, Seth. And what software are you using?
That's Sibelius.
Cyber. Okay. You comfortable with it? You happy with it?
Yeah. I've had it for like about a year. I haven't used it too much, but I'm pretty comfortable with it.
Okay. Yeah, finale. Like the thing is, if you can just get the shortcuts, you in there. You in there like gravy. I'm assuming gravy's in there. I don't really know. All right, Matthew, what you got?
Okay, I got a bit of a situation here. Not gonna lie. I'm using a different laptop to use Zoom because my laptop has like broken camera. So I have
Okay.
like my actual laptop here. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to share this.
Okay. Well, we'll come back to you. We'll figure out something.
Matthew, is there any way you can make it a PDF?
Yeah, I have the PDF saved.
Okay, if you send the PDF to your other laptop, and then you can just share the screen like that so we can see it.
Okay.
Hey, Matthew, what software were you using?
I'm using MuseScore.
MuseScore, awesome. Yeah, if you want to send it to either Darian and I, we can share our screen and share what you have.
Okay.
All right, Mason, what you got?
I have my 4-bar melody. How do I? Oh, share. I see. Share sound. Can everyone see this?
Not there. We go.
Is it sharing?
Yeah, it's sharing.
Okay. Do you want me to play it?
Give me a second. I just wanna
Yeah.
see if I can quickly jot it down so we can have some fun with this.
Mm.
I guess if everybody has it on a PDF, if you send it to us, then we can send it to Will, and maybe he doesn't have to write each one of y'all's, or do you want to write it out like that, Will?
I mean, whatever's quickest.
Okay.
Yeah,
if y'all
whatever's quickest.
just shoot it to us. Shoot us a PDF or a JPEG or something. Put your name on it.
Got to get that credit. All right. Solid.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Mason.
How do I stop this?
Oh, you should see like a stop or a on the top of your screen of the sharing. Should say stop.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Bomb. All right. Okay. So, let's work with these two that we got so far. Okay. Until we get all the others to come in. Let me share my finale. Hey. All right. All right. Are you all seeing my finale? All right. All right. So we got this idea. 8 bars. Boom. All right. Let's just deal with these 8. So, and we'll figure out the harmonies. Also, Seth, what keyword was your?
Were we supposed to write in C?
No, I mean,
I wrote it in B flat.
B flat. Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work.
We can
All right.
transpose it down if it needs to, or up, I guess.
Let's just do this. What did I do? Yeah. Okay. Ah. I'll figure it out later. Okay. So, we have this idea. All right. At least we all diatonically in the key. All right. So this is our idea. And we wanna write this out for a sextet that we have right now. This is our melody, and we have our harmony. We'll just repeat the harmonies. Do another 2-5-1 tritone sub 2. Who are we sharing what with, and why? So harmonically, we have this line. Where do we want to place our melody? Any ideas? Now, in your ensemble or your band, the first thing I'm thinking is, who is the lead voice? Usually in my sextet, I have a vocalist, which would be the lead voice. In this situation, I have a trombone instead of a vocalist, right? So who do I want to be the lead voice of the band? Being a piano player is a very humbling thing. When you're like, it won't be me, it will be somebody in the front line. That's also the trust that you have in the musicians when you call them. Because hey, you're not playing the melody, and you leaving that up to someone that you trust to make sure that they play it properly. So in this situation, I will give it to trumpet, which is a standard situation. You just happen. So, oof, boy, them chords, them finale chords be a. All right, solid. So we have our melody. We have our harmony. We're bridging out the top, and now I want to get the bottom. So our root, the root of the foundation of the band, we're assuming it's the bass, correct? Or we're going to give it to someone else. We solid with the bass having it? Okay. All right. So we can either, in this situation, give them the option. Sorry, it's chat. Okay. We can give them the option of writing a bass line in there or giving them changes so that they can approach it the way that they want to. Who feel comfortable with writing a bass line? Matthew? Okay. Um, Matthew, you play bass, right? Did I get that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So as a bassist, as an arranger, a writer, a composer, I spend many times just finding other musicians and asking them to understand their instrument a lot better. I will pick up the bass. I'm not very good at it, but I will pick it up and I will try to play it because there's something different. It's something different when you're writing for an instrument that you don't know how to play compared to an instrument that you know how to play. Right? So I'm very proficient on the piano. I don't have a problem with writing piano ideas and piano stuff out. I'm not very proficient on the bass, so I will go ahead and pick up a bass just to see how it feels in my hand, how it feels on my body when I play it. So the bass line, if it's boom 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 ding boom boom ding 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 boom boom ding ding, I'm thinking, okay, well, how's the fingering for the basses? Will it be an okay fingering? Will it be really crappy? You know, um, for all my trumpet players, when you see all the notes are written up in the stratosphere, and you're looking at them like, hey man, that's a really high note. Oh yeah, but I really need it. Yeah, but it's really high. Like it's really high. Like this is not, a normal thing. Um, they may not know how to play the trumpet, so they may see the note up there and they play flute. Oh well, I can hit the note, but it's not the same. You understand? So, um, so now the question is, are we leaving it up to the bassist to be creative? But if we do that, we have to give them all the information, like what style it is, what's the groove, what's the vibe. And if you in a situation I like to call Bob Beckerman, everyone knows, um, anyone who plays with me knows that I have a thing called Bob Beckerman, and it's really only because it's just the most, you know, mundane name, I guess. So if Matthew is my regular bassist and Matthew cannot do the gig, I will either write a bass line that I know that Matthew would play, like transcribe an idea that Matthew would play, and I would add that as my bass line so that whoever comes in, if they don't know how to find the vibe of the band, they can kind of like, okay, I'll just read what I have because this is a solid line by Matthew, our bassist. All right. That's the only thing when you write changes, you're leaving it up to the musician to come up with their own vibe and own stuff like that. So yeah, it may work for you, it may not work for you. That's whatever it is. So what are we doing? Donald, should we write in the bass line or should we write changes? This is your band. What do you want to do?
Uh, I usually like to let the bass player, do his thing. I don't like to dictate too much.
Okay, solid. We'll go with that. All right. We got our resident bassist, Nori, in the house. Shout out to Nori. I'm gonna do this filter because I don't like doing all this. Oh my god, I can't see it. Oh, there you are. Okay. All right. That's cool with you, Donald? All right, okay. All right, so we have our bottom, we have our top. Now, what are we doing in between? This is really like the creative and the arranging part, the process of it. Do we have our melody harmonized? Are we leaving all the harmony to the pianist? or are we having fun with it and allowing our horns to harmonize the line, or are all the horns playing the single line? These are all different ideas that we have that we can just come up with and just play around with. Mind you, this is a smaller ensemble, so we could get away with having everyone play the melody and have the rhythm section deal with the harmony. But what fun would that be? All right. So, all right, let me just do this real quick. Didn't do it. All right. Well, this MIDI isn't set up. All right. All right. All right. We have a harmony down. We have a good sketch of an idea. So harmony, melody, and our bassist is playing, just for the sake of hearing roots. So now our question is, what are we doing with these other horns? All my horn players that are in the class right now, what do you want to do? How do you view it? Are you harmonizing the melody? Are you laying out? Are you doing what?
Can we counteract?
Who was that? And say that one more time.
That was
Like,
Idri.
can we like counteract the melody, like something like a response to it?
Hey, okay, all right. So now, IG, right?
Yes, sir.
So, if we want to do that, now the first thing we need to do is figure out what is the conversation, where are the phrases are. All right, so you got the boom, so do dee da da do. Now my singing is off. Where are we viewing the phrases? Can anyone tell me where the phrase is? Is it a 2-bar phrase, 4-bar phrase, 7-bar phrase, 8-bar phrase? Anyone?
4
I mean,
bars.
I think that the first 4 bars is one phrase.
Okay. All right. Why do you feel that is one phrase?
Well, I mean, because I don't
Well,
know,
you
when I
wrote it.
was writing it, I just kind of, I don't know, I felt like almost one kind of breath, almost not
Okay.
like cutting it in between the second and third measure.
Okay. Now the reason why I'm asking you is because we all see and hear it and feel it differently. So I may see it as a 7-bar phrase. You may see it as a 4-bar phrase, and I'm like, okay, well, how do you see it as a 4-bar phrase? So that maybe that I could see it as a 4-bar phrase, or just see how drastically we're similar or different. There is no wrong. It's just how you see it. Are we going with 4? Is that a yes?
Yeah.
All right. So if we go with the 4-bar phrase, we don't want to cut in between the phrases unless we can find a way of connecting them. So if if we want to split them, we'll probably take the second half, and where are we placing this?
Um, hmm. Is there a way where we could like cut off the phrase leading up to the E, I suppose, and that could just be separate itself?
One more time. Be cutting what from where?
Like cut off the eighth notes leading up to the E, and it'll just be two phrases by itself.
The eighth note leading up to the.
Yeah, the bar highlighter right before the F7.
Okay. Here. So we're moving this, or what are we doing exactly?
I wanted to delete it.
Okay. And then are we moving this, or are we keeping it on the trumpet?
I think that's fine.
Okay. So now, but the question is, what are we gonna do with these other 2 horns that we have? Are we going to give it to someone else? Because right now, at this moment, you're paying 2 musicians to do nothing. It's a great gig for them right now. I was like, man, this gig is great. I got 8 measures of rest.
It's like drums in the orchestra. 55 billion measures of rest, one
Yeah.
triangle hit.
That's that bassoon life, bro. This is a great life. So what? 70 something measures? Let me know when it's time to come in. I'm not counting 70 measures. All right. So what if we give this to another voice? Oh, if we give this to another voice, bow. All right. So we have our 2 phrases being divided by 2 instruments. Now our third, we can come up with another line to counter it, or harmonize it, or lay out. These are all the different options that you have. We just have to commit to an idea and see where it goes. Because even if the idea doesn't work, it's fine. Because it's on a computer or it's on paper and you have an eraser. Or you can just write it all over again. If you as good as Darian and you write perfectly with ink. All right.
Yeah.
It's like, I agree. All right. So let's just take a listen.
Will, we can't actually hear that.
No? All right. Let me see if
Wow.
it's a
We're
volume
hearing it
thing.
through we're hearing it through your speakers. I think it's just not routed through Zoom for whatever reason.
Turn sound. All right. Move all these bad boys up. Is that better? Could y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Still
Just
very
quiet.
faint for me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
it's
coming through the
low.
speaker. If you put your microphone up to your speakers, I think that's because of whatever reason when you share the sound, it's not coming through.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why it's not sharing the sound. Sharing the sound. Okay. My microphone and speaker are too far away. I'll just jack it up. All right. Could you hear that?
Yeah.
All right. So now, we're dividing our melody. We have one. We have it where our two horns are playing the melody. What are we gonna do with our third voice?
Can we harmonize?
Harmonize. All right. Let's go with it.
So the first one was. Can it start on the trombone? Can it start on like starting on? I'm speaking concert B flat.
All right. What I'm gonna do is copy and paste this, and then I'll move the notes from there. You said E flat.
I think Idri, did you say B flat or E flat?
Let me see. Let me see. We could try. Hold on.
She gonna make me get my piano out, man.
Come
Show
on
y'all
now.
my chops.
I like that.
I'm gonna show y'all my Ray Charles chops. You know.
All right. So now, coming up with a harmony line. Do you all? I mean, what do you all theoretically figure it out, or you sing it? I am a huge fan of like playing the line and singing the line to harmonize it, because I mean, if you can sing it, it sounds good in your head. That's the voice that you're going to be hearing. You know what I mean? When it's pushed out into everyone else's ear. So we have this line. La-da-dee-da-da.
Yeah, that sounds like what Idri was getting at. No.
Oh yeah, I have it.
You got it?
Yeah, it's
Do-do-dee. All right. All right, we got that. Do-do-dee-do-do.
Wouldn't that like first measure in the trombone part be a little bit like high?
That D right there.
The whole first measure, it feels like it'd be kind of high for a trombone.
No.
No, yeah, they usually play there, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking like, but also, but you know, Matthew, you bring up a good point. It really is going to be depend on the level. You know, like this right here would be like middle school and up. You know, if it was elementary school, so surprisingly, I don't know if there's still like elementary program where you got to play music, but I had it growing up. But like middle school, definitely high school and up, they could play up there. It wouldn't be a problem. So, once you get to that B flat and that A, that's up here, right here. You kind of pushing it, you know. Yeah, even like college kids are like, yeah, it's a little bit high, you know. So, so do 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 do. Do we continue with the harmonizing the trombone throughout, or we're going to move it somewhere else?
I wanted to say that the second melody is in the wrong key. So there's a few like weird parts, especially at the end, with the
Oh yeah,
flat and then the D sharp.
yeah. We're trying to make it work because it's the great idea that you gave us. So we're gonna keep it. And we're gonna try to make it work. All right. It's like fun theory fun. I don't know. Much. All right. So we got So what are we doing with the second half of the phrase? The first one is like, hey, we were at the Sanaa workshop, baby. What's the second phrase? Yeah, I'm great at writing lyrics. This is a special power that I don't have. But you know. So we're done with the second one. Bo 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 do bo.
Maybe like the trumpet and trombone could either do like hits behind the alto sax, or like they could like hold out, like more like a hold out harmony.
Yeah, I was gonna
Okay.
say like drones might be
Yeah, you know, something like that. Since they're already like holding that note at the end, they could just like continue it.
like passing tone.
Okay. And they're gonna do it for these three measures.
Yeah.
Or maybe
Okay.
just continue out of that C and A.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Out of here. Okay. So they're gonna do pads throughout this whole entire. This is where we're going with. Okay. All right. So now harmonically, what that's gonna be easy. So now we're looking at the melody that the trumpet is playing. We want to make sure that we have all the other harmonies, right? Anyone knows the essential of a harmony? The three notes you need in order for a harmony to be filled.
Root third and seven.
Root third and seven. So we got our seventh, we got our third in there, but the initial like downbeat, we have our seventh. We want to get our third and our and I guess anything else for color. So let's try. Let go, buddy. You gonna hold it out, huh? All right. Now we have our seventh in this one. We need our third. This is weird. We got our seventh, third,
Doesn't he want like a flat 13 there?
flat 13.
Maybe we could put that.
Ah, sorry. Okay. Ooh, you hear that, right?
Yeah.
That's weird because on the third beat of the F bar, it goes to the natural 13.
There you go. That's why. Okay. Let's try it again. There we go. Yeah. All right. All right. So now
That's dissonant.
now back in my day when I had MIDI Orchestra Plus before Finale, man, these MIDI patches were rough. And one of the worst patches was the alto saxophone had the absolute worst sound ever. I used to trade the saxophone with a bassoon patch because it was better than the alto patch. Imagine that sound. So these are bringing very happy memories. All right. Are we cool with this dissonance? What should we do?
It's hip. Keep it.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
It'll
Seems like we're
resolve.
rolling with it.
So now the thing is, we could play another note here. Let go. All right, we could play another note here since the alto in the melody is it's already playing that flat 13.
Should we do like half notes then from there, or like trombone does half notes in that measure?
Okay. What were you thinking?
Should it um should it hit that flat 13 and then like move it like when that sax player moves it?
Oh, like resolving.
Yeah, like he'll hit like the trombone will hit the flat 13 on one, and then it'll resolve on the next.
Lay. Woo. It's in there.
Not bad.
It'll grab the attention of the listener.
Okay. How about we do diminish into resolving? Yeah. Okay. That'll give us our clash.
Yeah.
So now we using this tension and release. This is a thing that a lot of writers would use when you have all this motion happening. You want to kind of have like a sort of a tension just for a little bit, then like release it. So it helps you build all of the what a lot of musicians call crunchy notes, which is crunchy chords and crunchy notes, which I never understood, but apparently it's a thing. The word crunch. So all right. So now the one thing we need to do, since the horns are doing this, we want to let our pianist know what's happening, right? As a piano player, the one thing we really hate is when the harmonist is doing all this cool stuff and we don't have it. We just have a C major, but everyone else is doing a B diminished going into C. It's like do me a solid, bro. Put it in there. All right. Where are you, buddy? Where are you, buddy? There you go. Oh, actually, we can just do this. And it still wrote it. Okay. Well. All right, we got one more measure. Are we changing? Are we going with something else?
Maybe the trumpet and trombone could play that last eighth note line with the sax. I don't know, change it up. Or do you think we should resolve it?
Play the dee da 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 dee da.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And we all in together. All right. Let's see how this would be up an octave. All right. It's a little bit out there crunchy, but I like it. So now, the let's say we just completed our song. We got our arrangement, we got our harmonies, we got our melodies. My question to you, what is the vibe? All right? If I'm going to go and listen to Hayward jazz sextet or funk sextet or R&B sextet, whatever the group may be, what is the vibe? right now, because right now we have notes. The um the uniqueness on your writing and what you do would be what comes next. Your sound, your influence, your signature, self honesty, your selection of musicians that you would do. What is the vibe? I'm open to
Kind of
any
nice
idea.
funk beat would be cool, like on the drums.
Funk beat. All right. Uh, Latin swing, funk jazz, funk jam band, country groove. Okay. All right. All right. We have to make sure we don't hire Darian. Okay. Oh man. All right. We're going with pocket, right? Funk. All right. Are we? What are we gonna do? Are we gonna Bob Beckerman and write a line in, or are we gonna just leave it up to the drummer?
Be careful.
Yo, let's leave it up to the drummer, because then if he plays the wrong thing, then we could just yell at him.
Leave it up to him, but like have like instructions, limits.
Okay. What am I looking for?
Will, you should show them some of your drum charts because Will writes amazing drum charts where the drummer don't have to think about nothing. He literally writes out everything you need to play, like every other instrument has it, you know.
Well,
But then tells you don't play that.
yeah. I'm going through all my old charts, and cleaning them up, where I would have, before I would write out, the parts. I would do like what I'm doing right now. You see, I made it all slash chords, and then I would um, write the groove. And I would leave it up to them. Okay.
What does that even mean?
Hey man, this is Darian's band, so we gotta follow his rules. So I would literally do this and write it to that, but the more and more you play, right, the more and more you understand your voice and what you want, you start becoming yes, it's free. The more you get used to the sound that you wanna come up with, then you start becoming picky. Like, okay, now I'm gonna go through my charts and I'm gonna write exactly the part out. If you have not written any drum notation, I would highly recommend you get with a musician who plays drums and sit down with them. It's gonna be tedious, especially if you're in college. This is the best time to do it because why not? Let me see if I can find something at least so we can end it with I don't know what I have on here. Okay, let's try, dear Lord. Remind me later. It's not playing. Okay, well. There we go. So, finale needs to restart. So I would either write what we wrote, funk jazz. Yes, funk jazz, groove, swing, whatever it is. But then the more and more I started playing with different musicians, I would enjoy what Darian would play. I would always ask him, "Hey man, could you play that real quick?" And I would record it, right? And once I record it, I'll go home and transcribe that line. I'll transcribe it out, and that'll be like the bulk of the tune. So you may see in the first few bars that transcription of that drum line. and then I can hit them with the slashes, like, similarly continue on that vibe. But you letting them know in so many words, in just 4 bars, how you want the groove to be. Because the reality is, the more and more you play with other cats, you're dealing with competent musicians and who understands their instrument. Matthew understands the bass better than I do. So if I write out a groove, 9 times out of 10, he's gonna look at it, boom, boom, bing, ding. Oh, okay, I got you. I know what you want. And then you can see him fall back unless he needs to look at the chart to see harmonically where it's going. It makes sense? So let's see if this will play now. Still won't play. Ah, okay. I don't know. I'll give it up on it. Well, Finale doesn't like it when you're dealing with Pro Tools. Yeah. So, so the same idea that we have, we're gonna now implement it on a orchestra. So we found the smallest band, which is a sextet for today. We're gonna take the same idea, we're gonna implement it for a 30-something piece orchestra. All right. So now this one, we're really gonna have to like just truly explore the harmonies and different motions and stuff. Do you all use a MIDI when you write, or you plug everything in?
I mean, for me, it depends. If I'm just writing like every piece into like a song I want to hear, it'll be like MIDI. But if I'm like writing parts out, I think it's just kind of listening and typing them out.
I'm pretty sure they are more expensive now. All you need is just a simple MIDI controller, something small. I have this. I'm not endorsed by them, so I'm not endorsing them, by the way. Something is this big. See that? It's just what, 2 octaves. And I have it right here in front of me. So when I'm writing, and I got my keyboard also connected to it. So if I'm writing something in these harmonies are moving, this comes with the whole being proficient on the piano. I can just hit the cap lock, boom, 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 boom. These saxoles and all the stuff where you hear these moving harmonies. It may come off as difficult, but reality is just a piano player playing these harmonies, or someone just playing those harmonies, and it just puts it all out in one. You explode it, and you give it to everyone. But that's how you do it on Finale. I don't know if Sibelius or MuseScore allows you to do it that way as well. If you do, let me know. Yeah. So having something as simple as a MIDI controller helps me out tremendously. You could also plug it in if you want, but if you talk about being able just to go in and spit out these charts and have them ready, or if someone is hiring you to write these charts, you want to be got like 2 days to do it. That's one of the ways to do it quickly. Me, I got kids, so I gotta like be able to do it quickly, or it's not happening. Because they're gonna be like, daddy, daddy, dad, dad, pop, pop, and so on and so on. Any questions? All right.
I have a question. What exactly is next? This is for Friday. Also, Friday's your last class because next week you'll have a different group of cats. But
Okay.
if you guys want to come back and continue with Will next week, you can. But I put no class on your schedule. But if you want to, you can. If you just want to continue going,
Okay.
But
So we're basically gonna quickly. I'll just show you. We're basically gonna put. Where's my Finale? We're gonna do this. Can you see it right now?
Yeah.
And we need to be able to put this right here idea on. For this ensemble.
Oh, word. Okay, so did everybody get that idea in their in their music program today? Did everybody get it?
I didn't.
Okay.
I could just get like a screenshot or anything.
So Will's
I'm
gonna
gonna make a PDF of this, and then add it into the folder.
Okay, so everybody got the folder, right? All right, so basically you got to make a big band arrangement of what we made today.
Yeah, we're gonna take this idea and implement it into an orchestra. So these 8 bars alone, we're gonna fill it out for a whole orchestra.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Also,
For just because I have to relay this message to Valerie and Idri, it's
Yeah.
for a orchestra, like classical orchestra, not a jazz orchestra.
yeah, classical
Okay.
orchestra.
All right, got it.
All right. So I made the PDF. I'll put it in the folder, and just play around with it. Even with this idea, just coming up with a bass line or a groove or different ways that you want to approach it. So that you can have fun with it. With the orchestra, we're gonna plug our melody in and just fill in the in between. The in between is going to be the challenging, fun part because that's where you have to be creative and come up with the meat of the chart. Understand? Also I don't know if you guys have my email address.
Drop it in the chat.
Yeah. So if you ever got any questions or whatnot, just hit me up. Dom, you got my all my info already, right? Yeah. All right. So feel free to hit me up if you need to.
Great, man. You guys, great day. And any questions about anything today? Will's class or any other classes? Nope. If not, I'll see y'all. I will see you guys Friday tomorrow.